Yeah. Okay, we're live now. I don't know. I guess I must have scheduled the wrong time. But here we are. It's 8 o'clock and we are live. Welcome, everyone. Very excited to be here tonight to do the big new shirt reveal. How about that?
Yeah.
For the first time in video in a long time, I'm not wearing black. How about that? Actually, I did this a couple of months ago, I guess. When I announced my lifestyle change, I was wearing blue that day too. So
That's right,
this
you
channel
are.
has only ever seen me in blue and black. I want to do something real quick before we start with anything, and that is shout out. Oops, forgot to turn that off. I thought I had everything straightened out. I want to shout out Texas Fish Room, because Texas Fish Room is the first to order one of these new shirts. So definitely deserves a shout out. I don't know if he's here tonight, but maybe he'll be here. Who knows? But thank you, Texas Fish Room, for that. Very cool. Without even making any kind of an announcement or anything, I just put him up on the site and he ordered one. So that's very, very cool. We're going to give one of these shirts away tonight too. Whatever size the winner is, that we will send them. We've got this time from child small all the way up to 5X. The quantities of the 5X and the 4X are limited. So if you are someone that wears that size, I would put your order in pretty quick if you want one of these, because who knows when we're going to end up ordering them again. But very, very cool. I'm excited about this. I like the fact that it's blue. Everybody does black, including us. We've got two different shirts that are black. If you longtime followers of this channel will remember the gray shirts that we did with our old logo on it, which is a logo we're still going to use. I mean, we're not abandoning that logo, but we did. That was the same reason then that we did that gray shirt, was everybody was doing black. So it's like, let's do something a little bit different from what everybody else is doing. Let's do gray. I was not a big fan of the gray. I mean, at the time I thought it was a good idea, but this blue.
I think the logo was too big. It was like that big. Just seemed like it overpowered the shirt.
I don't know. I mean, I liked the shirt, but I feel like if it had been on black, it would have looked a little too generic. So I definitely liked the gray better than the black. But anyway, I like these better. I like these a lot better.
I like it too.
Really happy with the way they turned out. There's a good look at it. You can't stare at hers because that's inappropriate. But
Why would you even say that?
because I'm weird and it's Thursday night and I enjoy myself on Thursday nights.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, I'm super excited about it, if you can't tell already. And we were not expecting them to happen this fast. We ordered them last week. They usually tell us 14 days or so, but maybe with the fact that it's winter and there's not really a lot of sports happening, and maybe they're just running ahead of schedule. So really excited about
Works
that.
for
What is the hashtag Hollywood thing that I keep seeing pop up? Did somebody stream before us and have the hashtag Hollywood to bring over? I hate Hollywood. Hollywood's a terrible place, so I don't know why anybody
I've
would.
been there. I thought it was really nice.
It might be a nice place.
I
but
mean, there were some sketchy parts, but I really liked going, like, walking and seeing all the stars and stuff. And
listen, I don't want to get into it, but I'm not talking about the physical place of Hollywood. I'm talking about Hollywood.
Oh, gotcha. I know what you mean.
One of my favorite characters lost her job last night, and I'm a little busted up about it.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Somebody explain the hashtag Hollywood thing, because I don't know. I don't know that anybody streams before us, but maybe there are somebody that streams before us, and there we are. So anyway, I got a couple of things to talk about before we get into the Q&A and all that kind of stuff. And also, the giveaway is going to be a trivia question. It's not, don't worry, Candy. It's not going to be numbers.
Oh, yeah. Candy, I already know the answer, so don't worry.
You know the answer. It's not going to be a number.
Thank God.
And you might want to message Candy and let her know, or I will at some point,
I'll just do
the
it
answer. But you know the movie, right? I mean, I know I just told you 20 seconds ago, but I just wanted to make sure.
I know the movie.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quote from a movie. Sand Creek Aquatics' nickname. Okay. See, I didn't know that. So thank you for letting me know that, Eric. I don't know what I was saying. So, okay. As far as website stuff goes, we just got a huge shipment in today. And of course it was pouring down rain when I had to carry all those boxes in. Not all that happy about that.
And
but
it wasn't by yourself, remember?
I carried all of the boxes in by myself.
Oh, I thought you meant the boxes of shirts.
No, that was different. But
yeah.
We got a whole bunch of titles in. We got a whole bunch of sharks in. And so, yeah, we're pretty much, I think, full capacity on the website now. And we have like 400 of these shirts. So please, we're broke now that we bought all this stuff. So help us out.
It's
and
not from that.
We're broke, and we're not. I'm just being silly here. But we did have something happen the other day that is a very serious thing. And it's still a very serious thing because it hasn't been resolved yet. 12:15, I think it was, the other night, Tuesday night, going into Wednesday morning.
I've only been home like an hour.
Yep, you traveled. Did you want to talk about that first? The fact that you traveled all day and didn't even get to watch the game?
That'll be in the vlog.
We're going to talk about the vlog in a second. But yeah, it was a long day because she was out of town all day and the night before. And she came home and it was late. I had to wait for you to get out of the bath before I could go to bed. And I got the email. That every single person watching this right now has received. And I promise you have received this email and you've been like, oh, that's no big deal. That was me. The suspicious activity on your bank account email. I've seen those come through a million times, and it's because I bought something that was, a higher priced item or something like that. Or I had that happen one time when we were traveling. I might have been in Chicago, and it was like, hey, what are you doing? Why is there a charge in Chicago? But this time it was the real thing. And I immediately panicked. Why isn't slow mode working? I mean, what is this? Thank you, Candy, but why isn't it working? Anyway, this is why you don't look at chat, John. I saw the suspicious charge was at Little Caesars Pizza, which I'm a fan of Little Caesars Pizza. Let's face it, I'm a fan of pizza that comes from anywhere. But I'm like, well, I'm sitting here at my desk right now. I'm certainly not making a purchase at Little Caesars. So I went on the website and I looked at it. And long story short, I ended up on the phone for an hour that night with our bank. And there was somebody that got a hold of our business account credit card number and charged up almost $2,200 worth of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of daggone pizza.
It was now listen, there might be some of y'all.
If you were at that time, if that came through and you were in California 6 months ago, I would have been like, how much pizza can John eat at one time?
No,
it wouldn't have been that suspicious.
This the one that was on there the most was a restaurant called Raising Cane's.
And that's a yummy place to eat.
I've never heard of Raising Cane's. I guess that's something that's not on the East Coast.
West Coast.
But there was also Domino's and Little Caesars and Pizza Hut and also the San Diego Zoo.
San Diego Zoo.
$200 and something at the San Diego Zoo.
I wonder if any of those animals got to eat pizza.
I mean, if it at least went to the animals, I would be a little bit happier about it. But anyway, thankfully, we live in 2021 and technology is what it is to, first of all, even be able to receive an alert like that. And second of all, they were immediately on it. They were like, okay, your card is done. You can't use your card anymore. We're going to FedEx Express you another one. And, we're going to investigate. We're going to do all of this and we're going to get you your money back. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you. And I'm sure they will. I mean, I talked to them again today. They're handling it. They found some more that were not charges that we did. And so, yeah, I originally thought, in fact, you're going to see me talk about it in the vlog next week or the week after. I don't know. And I said it was $1,500 because it was at that time when I first found this, it was 1,500, and then the next morning it jumped to 2,100, and today it jumped to 2,200. So yeah, it's pretty ugly, but it just got me thinking.
The first person I thought of was Kevin Green.
You're only saying that because you know he's here watching. Yeah, because it can't be Ben Ochart because he doesn't live there anymore. He moved to Tennessee. But so yeah, if it's in San Diego, it has to be Kevin Green. But
it definitely was.
It got me thinking. You know, this is our business account, and something that we have not really talked about that I know of. Maybe we have. We don't pay ourselves anything from keepfishkeeping.com.
Right.
The money that comes in from your orders to the website go right back into buying shirts and buying more product and all of the stuff. And so that money is there. It's not like we're not feeding our children with that money. We're not paying the rent with that money. But what if it was? And that's what got me thinking, like, man, if I can remember a time, and it was not long ago. I mean, we're not talking about a time that was far, far away. We're talking about a year ago. I can remember if somebody had robbed our card for $2,100. First of all, if there was $2,200 in there, it's because it was rent week, and we wouldn't have. This would have hurt real bad. This would have been like calling people, hey, can I borrow some money until the bank gives us our money back? I mean, it would have been brutal. So, you know what? I feel fortunate that they chose the right account because if it was the different account, that would have been absolutely brutal. It's brutal no matter what. I'm not trying to discount.
Well, it sucks that there are people out there that are dishonest and they're thieves and, you know, they just want to do something to be mean. That sucks.
It does suck, and it is frustrating, and it is a huge PITA, and I'm not talking about that organization. I'm talking about a pain in the you-know-what. What a huge hassle it is. It's such a huge pain, but it's going to get resolved.
You don't know when it's going to come back. And
it's supposed to be within 10 days, but we'll see. And I have some recurring bills that come out of that account. No, I have to change all of that. It's a huge pain, but
I hope they choked on that pizza.
Like I'm choking right now?
No, I do. I really hope they choked.
They did not buy pizza. Listen to me, folks. With the what is Raising Cane's? What do they sell there?
It's a chicken place.
That's a chicken place.
It's a really good chicken place.
So it's not. They didn't buy food with this. Come on, $2,200. I mean, that was they knew somebody. And they would go in, hey, dude, swipe this, give me the money, and you keep $10 or whatever. I mean, that's what they did. And they did it over and over and over and over again. So they were taking cash. They weren't taking food. That's a lot of pizza. I love pizza, but good grief, and a lot of chicken. So, but anyway, I don't want to dwell on that too much. It should be, we should have the money back in a week or so. So it is what it is. But there is going to be a clip in a future vlog, probably this coming week, that I took right after I got off the phone with the bank. So that's a good lead into the next thing to talk about here. The vlog. This is what I was talking about a couple of weeks ago on the stream when I said I am working on something that I'm super excited about. That's what it is. It's the vlog. And it's funny because when I talked about it in that video, I almost talked about it like I didn't know what a vlog was, like I had suddenly discovered vlogging. And there's a bunch of people that said in the comments, it's a vlog, John. I'm like, I know what it is. But because in the beginning of the video, I presented it like, what if I followed, I walked around with my camera. Anyway, I'm well aware of what a vlog is. It's kind of something I've always wanted to do. And I'm super excited to be doing it now.
It's fun just to randomly turn on the camera and record whatever we're doing.
It is fun. There's not a lot of pressure except for like oh, we better go grab the camera. You know, we're getting ready to do something. We better go grab the camera. So
There's
it can
no,
be.
let me make sure my hair's in place or powder my nose or something. It's pretty much just, it is what it is. So.
No time for hair and makeup
Nope,
for these. But,
not at all.
but yeah, it is it is a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed that. We certainly enjoyed making it, and I can't wait to keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to do, and the response that we got from it is overwhelmingly positive. So it is going to be something that's going to continue. And if I'm being honest with you, it was going to continue either way
Yeah.
because I knew it was something that we wanted to do and it would be fun. So the videos, the vlogs are not going to be all about our business. There is this week coming up, I am going to show my process for packing fish. She's not in it because she was being a butthole that day and did not she raised her voice and everything. I felt just horrible. I cried a little after you left.
I was a little worried you recorded that too. I was like, oh crap.
We would
Did
have.
he just record me getting mad at him?
We would have lost all of our subscribers because people would have been like, that woman is a monster.
I was not. He was like, he walks in and he says, I want to record the process of you bagging up the fish. And I was like, are you kidding me? You can't give me a heads up that you want to do this? It's just not a good day. I was rushing because I had to get on the road to go to South Carolina and get out. You know, I was like, I wasn't in the mood. That would have been a real thing though.
Look, let's keep this G-rated, please. Stop talking about being in the mood.
I wasn't even going there.
I know, but come on, I'm a guy. That's what I think about. But yeah, so there's not going to be her putting the fish into the bags, but there is my process, our process for how we pack the fish to ship them out. We shipped fish this week. Total success. No problems at all, which is good. But yeah, and it's funny because some of those boxes are the ones I packed up on the video. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if I included the names. I think I did. It's funny too. Anybody that watched that video, the order that I packed in that video, guess what? I packed it wrong. She ordered one thing and I sent something completely different. She ordered Flourish and I put in Prime because all I saw was Seachem. I make mistakes. What do you want from me? So I ended up she emailed me and she was like, hey, dummy, you got the wrong thing. She didn't call me a dummy, but, and I was like, oh, I am so sorry. But I think I have a good excuse. Did you watch the video? And she emailed me back like 20 minutes ago. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe that. I can't believe that you did that on video. So anyway, yeah, I had to send her out the right stuff this week or today. But anyway, enough of all of that. I had a ton of fun doing that. You had fun doing it. So we're going to keep going with that. And I'm super excited about it. So
I did a fish tour. Was that fish store tour this week, and it was a lot of fun. I did a sort of a vlog style of it, and I'm excited to share that. I'm not going to say what store it is yet, but I've never been there, and
I mean, why wouldn't you say it? Who cares? It's not like,
because it'll be in the video.
but you're not there anymore.
I know.
Okay,
But,
anyway,
yeah.
that just got weird. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, that I think, judging by the amount of footage that you got, I think that's probably going to be like the main thing in next week's vlog. Not this one coming up in 3-4 days, but the one after that, because I don't want the vlogs to be 45 minutes long.
Yeah,
So-
it's actually a little long because there were some bumps in the road getting there and just things in between, but
Well,
there
and
was
people-
a reason for going. There's a lot more to it.
People appreciate fish store tours, so they can be a little longer, and it's not a big deal. So, all right, the numbers, I'm actually offended by the numbers that we have right now because we have fewer viewers right now than we did last week without doing a giveaway. It breaks my heart because it means nobody wants these shirts, and they're very special to me. But I'm going to give away one of these shirts. I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah, do it right now.
Right now.
Because these are the real people watching that always watch, and they should be the ones to get
Actually, no, the real people that would be the ones that stay all the way to the end. But I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna do it right now. I have a line from a movie, and it's actually something that I used in a vlog. This was totally right off the top of my head. I was talking about something, and I used this line, kind of like I did the "Hey doggies, you're my favorite customer" thing from The Room. I'm going to be doing that kind of stuff all the time because it just comes to me, movie quotes, and I love doing that. This is from one of my all-time favorite movies. It is a movie that it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say that part, but it doesn't matter what's happening. If I am flicking through the channels, which I haven't done in probably 10 years, if I see it, I'm going to watch it. And based on the success of this movie, I think a lot of people feel the same way. Now, the line that I used in the vlog is very different. I said it in my own way. So I actually have the real thing written down. So I made sure that I said it properly. You know the movie, and Candy knows the movie now?
Yes.
Okay. So here is the line. The first person to guess this properly wins a shirt, whatever size you need, as long as you live in the United States. I'm sorry, folks. I've seen a couple of people saying hi in the UK and stuff like that. We love that you're here. We appreciate that you're here. We just can't send you a shirt. And I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. So you have to live in the United States. You have to be the first to guess it. This is an easy one, folks. This is a softball, and it's not Goodfellas.
If you're over 20.
Everybody's going to be like, totally expecting me to do a line from Goodfellas. What, am I amuse you? I'm like a clown? No, that's not it. Are you ready? Here's the line. I'm not going to act like this person, but.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, ready? A, I'm not that lucky. 2, we have smoke detectors. And D, we live in the most boring. Okay. And D, we live on the most boring street in the United States of America.
Oh, I was looking at you. I need to.
I'm going to say it one more time because I screwed it up there at the end. A, I'm not that lucky. B, we have smoke detectors. And D, we live on the most boring street in the United States of America.
Somebody
there
got
it is.
it.
There better be a bunch of people that get it.
Myrtle Singh? I think I said it right. Got it.
Okay. Yep, that's the one. I knew it wasn't going to take long. And look at them. Oh, you people are making me so proud. Somebody said Deadpool. I could easily quote Deadpool, but no, it's not. Look at all of these Home Alones. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, but you know the first one, right?
It is Home Alone, folks. And it was Buzz that said that. And it is, that movie is just a treat. And not only did Myrtle Singh, I don't know how to say your name and I apologize, but I'm giving you a free shirt, so cut me some slack. Not only did he get it in or she get it in on time, but it was all caps and put at KG Tropicals before it. That's a pro right there.
Yeah.
That's a professional right there. So I do need to know that you are a U.S. resident. Please do not email me right now and be like, I'm not a U.S. resident, but could you make an exception? Because that's not fair to Kimberly Moran, who would be the winner if you are not a United States citizen. So let me know. Email me at kgtropicals@gmail.com and let me know where you live, and we'll send you a shirt, whatever size you need. There we go. That was fun, and I'm glad that it didn't take all that long. We had some interesting guesses. Roadhouse, terrible guess, but great movie. Dumb and Dumber, that sounds like something that would be in Dumb and Dumber. Deuce Bigalow, that's a good guess because I've quoted that movie before, but no, that's not it. Step Brothers, another classic.
Funny.
A couple Dumb and Dumbers have come in. A couple Deadpools have come in. I just watched Deadpool a couple of weeks ago. Love that movie so much. So, yep, Home Alone, one of the best ever, before Macaulay Culkin and Joe Pesci both just went crazy. So, anyway, okay. I'm not lucky enough for you to have already found a question, have you? we're going to have to.
You didn't even say, oh, we're going to do that now.
But that's what I'm telling you now. So I will go through.
Just like saying you were going to record Monday morning and me bagging up fish, give me a heads up.
I gave her 2 weeks advance notice. Anyway, Miss Metalhead Prime became a member. Welcome to the team. Mark Davenport, be looking now. Yeah, I'm bossing her around because she knows that that's what's supposed to happen here.
I do what I want.
I know you do. Mark Davenport with the $4 pair that is got a drink of some kind, which is adorable. It looks red, so it's not coffee. Maybe it's punch. He's punching. I don't know, but thank you for that. Delana Silva, one of our favorites, has the #1 fan pair. Thank you so much for that. Justin Richardson with the lots of #1s today with the foam finger #1. These are easy because nobody said anything. Stephen P. 2003, another name we see all the time. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Furloughs Aquatics and more. Eric, take the more off. Just leave Furloughs Aquatics. John Hollywood is Sand Creek Aquatics nickname. That's what he told me. You don't need to advertise there's more, Eric. Just Furloughs Aquatics. Sounds mysterious. It sounds cool. And when people find out that that's your name, they're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. So just drop the and more. You don't need that. Jordan LaBelle with the $10 and nothing. What? Is the chat broken today? Nobody's saying anything. This is the easiest job in the world. Irene VD Duel. I'm probably botching that. With the Canadian $2.99. Happy Kitty, which is adorable. Do you have one? Stop me anytime you're ready. Okay, I'll keep going then. Rosalia Ruiz. I don't know what kind of currency that is, but I really don't care. It's 100 of whatever it is. Yes, first stream, love from the Dominican Republic.
Nice.
And it says DOP, so that makes sense.
Okay.
One of my favorite athletes on planet Earth is from the Dominican Republic. Number 22.
Juan Soto.
Bravo. Bravo.
I like Juan.
It's all yours, young lady.
Cruddy BTW. What would be a good filter for a 40 breeder?
I was reading the email and I'm botching the name, but the giveaway winner lives in Maryland.
Oh,
so that's a bonus
awesome.
for us because it'll be cheap shipping.
You're so bad.
What is the question?
Cruddy BTW. I want to say Cruddy, by the way. What would be a good filter for a 40 breeder?
Well, sponge filters are always good for smaller aquariums. I mean, why aren't you answering? He didn't ask me. He asked us.
Well, I mean, he said filter, not sponge filter. I just figured you'd want to answer it, being that it's,
You have a couple of options. We sell all of these. So, I mean, sure, we're a little bit biased, but Hang on the Back filters were humongous fans of the title series from Seachem. That is, that's why we sell it on our website, because we are such big fans of it. But I do also really like the Penguin series a lot. I have not used the new ones, the Penguin Pros, but they look really, really nice, and I'm looking forward to getting one. I could go get one tomorrow, but I just haven't done it. But I also really like that. I did a whole series of videos reviewing my personal opinion, reviews of almost all the filters that are out there. So definitely check that out. There's a playlist on the channel for that. And if you're interested in like a power internal filter, you cannot go wrong with the Shark. We love the Sharks. We sell a ton of the Sharks. I'd probably go with the 600 in a 40 breeder because of the footprint. You want a little bit more size than the 400 to really be able to circulate that water through there. So there you go. There is my long-winded answer.
Black Jesus asks, where did you buy your discus or who from? And of course I'm going to answer that because I get my discus from Hans. He is in Maryland and his website is Discus. Is it Discus USA? I just always say Hans because...
Yeah, just Google Discus Hans.
Yeah, Discus Hans in Maryland. So he's got, in my opinion, the best discus as far as quality. So
there's a lot of good discus retailers out there. There is the huge debate because I think it's actually Discus Fish Store. Yeah, it's discusfishstore.com. But if you just type in Discus Hans, you'll find it. The big debate is Asian bred discus or European bred discus. His are from Germany. They are Stenker discus. And in our opinion, you're not going to get any better. That's our opinion. If you have Stenker discus or someone who has been breeding fish that started out as Stenker discus, you're in good shape. They're just hardier. They're easier to keep. And they do not come with all of the anxiety that a lot of the other discus come with. People describe discus as hard fish to keep. They're really not. If you buy them from Hans, that's the bottom line.
Right.
Because John Hudson said so.
And Lisa.
Lisa said it first, actually.
I said it first.
You wouldn't even know about Discus Hans if it wasn't for me. Mosley Aquatics, Mark Mosley.
How dare you?
Mark Mosley. If that was Mark Mosley, I would love it. Mark Mosley, Super Bowl MVP. Was he the league MVP? May have been. Place kicker for what was the Washington Redskins in their heyday. One of my favorite players growing up. How do you guys do shipping labels? We actually ship them. Excuse me, I'm fighting off a sneeze here. We buy our shipping labels from our website provider, which is Shopify, and we print them directly from there. I have a Dymo Label Writer 4XL. That's not by memory. I'm looking at it. It's right there. It's the Label Writer 4XL, and it's brilliant. It works great. It's a thermal printer, so you don't have to replace ink all the time. The labels themselves are not cheap, but it's so fast, and they do a really good job, and it's so easy to just peel and stick the labels on. It's brilliant.
Right.
Real quick, Furloughs Aquatics, not the Ann Moore, says that Monday video was awesome. Hope to see more of them. It was Tuesday, Eric, but I forgive you. It's okay. Thank you.
Maybe he meant Sundays.
No, because nobody watched the Sunday video.
It's true.
And
That's so weird. But
it's very sad.
I don't care. Whatever.
You looked and performed amazing in that video. But I don't know.
It's all good.
There's no explanation for it at all.
And it's fine. Corey LeBlanc asks, or LeBlanc, what is a good sized tank for an Oscar? I mean, at least a 240.
Yep. Just the same size as what you see behind her. You ain't doing it right unless you got them in a 360 like this one. No, you know what? Almost everybody would tell you 75 gallon, and I'm not going to argue with that. I've done it, but I'm biased because obviously I love them. Still looking for more. I'd love to see you get them in a 125. I really would. 75, they'll be okay. But, it's kind of like a Rottweiler in an apartment. It'll be fine, and you can love that dog and just rub that dog's belly, and it'd be amazing. But I bet a Rottweiler would really like to have an acre or so to run around. You understand what I'm saying? So same kind of a thing.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be an acre, just a backyard. Not everybody.
The acre just sounded a little more dramatic. That's what I was kind of going for there.
Okay.
Are you good? Lefty3213A, lots of numbers, $2. They're here, and by that I mean I'm back. Missed y'all. Well, welcome back.
Lefty's mom has been feeling bad, so.
Oh, that's no good. Well, I'm glad to have you back. I hope everything is going well.
She's getting better, so.
Good. Mr. Manifesto with the Pizza Fund. Hey, we contributed a lot of money to the Pizza Fund apparently this week. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Like I said, we're okay. It's not like it wiped us out again because it was our business account. But I appreciate it. We certainly don't need any donations. We're not going to start a GoFundMe or we're not going to do any. We're fine, and we'll get the money back in a couple of days. But yeah, thank you for that. That's very, very sweet. And KG Cichlids did it again. Here's a little bit of money back that I stole. I was hungry. Gosh. That's what
Well, I hope you fed your daughter too. Jeez.
I mean, he's probably still feeding everybody in the neighborhood if that was him, because that's $2,100. Imagine how much $2,100 worth of pizza and fried chicken would be.
They would be the most popular people in town. Like, yeah.
I mean, I think you could probably buy a Domino's for $2,100.
I don't think so, John. Anyways, Jessica Gertchie asked, what tank mates do you have with your Oscars? Well, since his Oscars are jerks,
Stop it.
they only have Severums as tank mates and a Pleco.
2 Plecos. One is a common and the other is a vampire Pleco, but never see the vampire Pleco. But yep, there's 2 gold Severums in there. I know they don't show up very well in this setup. I'm hoping that the yellow labs show better in the tank behind you. In case you didn't notice, folks, yes, that tank is still empty. And it's not the weather this time. It's actually the airlines getting caught up from having the bad weather is what delayed them again this week.
I thought it had to do with flowers for Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying. It's and that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that makes more sense. He did keep saying flowers. So anyway, the airlines are completely overloaded, and he didn't want to take the risk, and he knew I wasn't in a huge hurry, even though I'd love to have them now, but I'm completely understanding.
We're fine
and
without them. I'd rather them be safe in Florida and just safe.
But I've been fighting a sneeze for the last 10 minutes. I mean, at some point, I'm probably just going to have to let this rip. But I did get some really good information, though. We're getting these fish from Florida Exotic Fish Sales, which is owned by Rick Biro, who, if you don't know who he is, then you're not an African cichlid keeper, because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have African cichlids. He is an absolute legend in this hobby. He got video footage of himself catching the fish.
Really?
And he's going to send that to me.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
that is going to be a big deal for the vlog. So really excited about that. That'll probably be the vlog episode, hopefully in a couple of weeks. So he has the fish caught, but he's got them in a holding tank ready to ship, but he's just not going to ship them yet.
I'm so excited. I want to set a tank up next to this tank to put the babies in, because there's going to be so many babies, and I just want to breed yellow labs.
Well, the treadmill's right there now, and the goldfish tank is going to go there. I don't know where this baby tank is going to go, but I support that idea, because I think that'd be awesome to have a baby tank. That'd be fun.
I love yellow
Bring
labs.
back all kinds of memories.
I know.
That would be
Gosh,
fun.
we'll start with one, and then
No, we're not starting with one. We're starting with 40 or 50 or maybe more. I don't know.
oh, right.
We ain't starting with one
I
fish.
meant one
Oh, one tank.
grow out tank. That's what happened last time, and then there was 10, and then there was 20, and then there was 30 and 40, and we had a whole garage, and you're going to have to move your YouTube studio somewhere else, because this will be an African cichlid breeding facility at that point. All it takes is one holding mama.
That's all it took last time.
Yep.
And now here we are. There would be no KG Tropicals. There would be no YouTube. I don't know what y'all would be doing right now, because you wouldn't have us to watch right now. Yeah, that it all started from one female, but it wasn't a yellow lab. It was a peacock.
It was Jim and Liz.
Yep.
We named them.
We won't say why we named them,
No.
because there's so many of those people. There might be one of them watching
I
right
know.
now and be offended. A family that we knew that was like the Duggars. They had like 18 children. Wonderful, amazing people, though.
And it wasn't 18 children. It was like 10.
Yeah, that's much better. Kaler's Aquatics with the 99-cent poops. That's the first one to get the poop in today. Congratulations, Bob. Susan Hinson, gotta love fraud notifications. Usually there are purchases while on vacation, but once was real where jerks tried to buy tickets to Tokyo Disney. Wow.
Oh.
You know, Susan, I almost feel like I would have been more okay with that than somebody buying pizza and fried chicken. $2,100 worth of pizza and fried chicken. At least you're going all in. You're like, hey, I'm going to steal this guy's credit card. I'm going to Disney in Tokyo. Like that, you know, but pizza and I'm only allowed to eat pizza once a week now because of my new lifestyle. And you're going to spend all my money on pizza?
Right. It's
How
like
dare
rubbing
you.
it in. Candy is so funny. She said 10, 18, same. 10 kids, 18 kids.
Oh,
same,
yeah.
same.
I mean, hey, you've already reached? Is that reached?
I think
You've
I'm-
already entered the world of crazy when your children get to double digits. You've lost your mind. So I got a lot of respect for anyone. We've got half that, and I know how. I mean, look at us. We're crazy. I can only imagine what 10 would do. I got a lot of respect for anybody that can do that.
I think my oldest was double digits when I had my youngest. I don't know. I can't keep track of all them kids.
We're
The
talking about the number of children, not their ages.
Oh, gotcha.
What
okay.
is she talking about?
Never mind. Shut.
Take a few more sips of your wine over there.
I have not drank any wine. Thank you so much.
I forgot to talk about this.
Yeah,
We-
change the subject.
I am going to change the subject. I got a gift the other day. I got 50 gifts the other day. Very, very cool. And I definitely have to shout him out. The designer of this beautiful new logo. And this logo, folks, we have it in a bunch of different colors. Brian Carlisle is his name. Gadget Sponge. Look him up if you need a logo. He sent us 50 stickers of the logo. And I said, oh, great, Brian, thanks. Now I'm going to have to buy a bunch of those and include them in our orders and all that kind of stuff. But no, that's, I mean, when the bubbles phenomenon wears off, maybe we'll replace the bubble stickers with these. They're really nice. I mean, and these are really thick. He got them at Sticker Mule, and they're really thick. They almost feel like, remember those puffy
Isn't that
stickers?
Didn't Rack send something about?
He did.
Yeah.
Rack actually, I don't even know why. It's just because Rack is who he is, gave us a gift card. Oh, it's because I helped him out a little bit. But,
Yeah.
and so I actually have a gift card to Sticker Mule. I'll order a bunch more of those. But they're awesome. Thank you, Brian. You're not
Yeah.
watching, but if you are, thank you. If you don't have one, I'm going to keep going. Mattman B with the $2 cool pair. And there it is. You know what I'm going to say, Matt? You know, because I see it. I see what you did there. Rock Strange and Game. Where did I get game from? Gene. I'm sorry. We're going to have to communicate. You're going to have to tell me how to pronounce that name. Welcome to the team. And that's a re-up, by the way. Gene has been a member, re-upped during the stream here tonight. Welcome back. And I'm sorry about not being able to say your last name. Stephen Early with the Keep It Up weightlifting pair. I'm not doing much weightlifting right now, but I'm throwing down some weight on that treadmill. I'm not going to lie to you.
That is true.
And I'm going to tell y'all, if you have a treadmill, if you haven't done this, just try this. It's a game changer. And I'm not kidding you.
I can't believe you're going to say what I've been telling you to do all these years.
She hasn't told me, not even once. 30 minutes at a speed of 3. I know that's slow, right? Speed of 3, but an incline of 10. Do that. It'll change your life. If you're somebody that needs to drop 50 pounds, actually 30 now for me, that'll change your life. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I've even got my 21-year-old daughter doing it, and she's like, I feel great afterwards. So it's hard to get through it, but once you get through it, it's great. You got one?
Delilah's Critter says, never, Bubbles is forever, respect. Thank you so much.
And I could not agree more. I'm just saying, like, we just bought, I think, 3,500 of the bubble stickers. So we're going to have those for a while, giving those out in the orders. We only do one per order. We used to do two. On the first batch that we got, which was also 3,500 of them, we were doing one in the box and one on the outside of the box every single order. We're not doing that anymore. We're just doing the one inside unless it's a fish order. So we'll have those for a while. That's going to have to be, 1,750 orders or whatever that is. It's going to be a while. Hopefully we'll run out of them next week, but I don't think that's going to happen. Once they run out, then we're going to have to make the decision. Do we get more? How convenient is this? Do we get more of these or do we get more of these? And I know what you're going to say. I know what every single one of you is going to say. Do both. but you're not the one that's spending the money on these. So we'll make the decision of which one we're going to do. I do like the sticker, giving them away in the boxes. We get a lot of people that are very appreciative of that. So I want to keep doing it. I just don't know which one.
Okay.
And this just skipped on me.
Daisy Campbell says, how many beta can you put in a 20-gallon, and what else would go with them, Lisa? Now, I'm assuming you mean how many female betas can go in a 20-gallon, and I would say five females, not less. If you wanted to go up to 6, that would be okay, but I wouldn't do any more than that. And dithers are, I recommend dithers just because I think it helps to have them focus on other fish more so than themselves. Not that they're going to hurt the other fish, but just the more activity, more stuff going on in the tank. There's less of them being able to focus on each other and wanting to fight. So dithers, I usually say, you know, like the rummy nose or the harlequins. I've had success with them. I would definitely say stay away from guppies. Don't put guppies in there with them. That's not a good one. Danios are a little bit too quick for them, but I have done Danios. I just found that they were a little too racy, and I ended up taking them out. So I recommend the Rasboras, the Harlequin Rasboras, and the Rummy Nose.
I just saw this because I looked at the chat. Delilah's Critters has a great point. Bubbles should be the logo for Lisa's Beta Beta Rescue, and then the KG Tropicals logo can continue for your business.
Right.
I love that idea. That's beautiful.
Speaking of which, Pam and Melissa, Punchy Paints and Melissa Jaswald, I still have your betas here and I haven't sent them out to you. Those are 2 rescues, and the main reason why is because I wasn't here this week for the second round of shipping, and that was the day I wanted to send them out, but I wasn't here to do it, and I just didn't want to risk leaving that to John. So they will go out next week. I know you guys are watching.
I just want to say real quick, when she's talking and I take a vape and I go like this, I'm not trying to hide anything from you folks. I'm actually being respectful for her. There's a fan right there blowing on me, and if I just went and did it like I would like to because it would be more convenient, it would all blow right on her. So I blow it out over there to be respectful for her. I don't want anybody thinking I'm trying to hide it. Like, I wouldn't be doing this if I was trying to hide it. So anyway, Chris Hawkins, thank you for doing what you do, and I love my betas. I really want to call them beta betas. West Coast fan. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I don't recognize the name, so I don't think your beta betas are from us, but maybe they are and I just don't remember. If they are from us, awesome. If they're not from us, that's awesome too. And then he became a member. How do you like that? That's a beautiful thing. Welcome to the team. Jump in whenever you're ready. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going.
Aquatics, not more.
Did they take the more off? Did he take?
No.
Oh.
He says, what is your favorite fish from each Rift Lake? You're going to say Frontosa.
Frontosa. Duh. Mm-hmm. I am definitely a Punamilla Neri guy when it comes to Victorians.
Or Shelley's.
Shelley's aren't Victorians. Those are Tanganyikans.
I had a brain too. What am I thinking?
It must be the blue shirt.
But I was actually referring to...
Malawi, it would be either the Bucanoto or the trout.
Why does it have to be a hat?
He asked what my favorite fish is. It just so happens to be a hap. What do you want from me? I love yellow labs too. I love peacocks. I love red top Lawanda peacocks. There's so many. How dare you, Eric? He's mad at me for saying what I said about his name, and he's trying to punish me now.
Mine is a hap too. Mine would be the Lethronop intermedius.
That's good.
Then I would say Shelley, and I would agree with the Punamilla.
There you go. Keep going.
Neri.
Yep. Good job.
I can't get it out. But yeah, I would definitely agree with that because you remember when we had the breeding
I do.
how
I
many
talked
of
about
them?
them a couple of weeks ago, I think. No, I talked about them in one of the videos. I'm sure
Yeah.
you didn't watch it on
Probably,
your own channel.
probably not. But yeah, they were a lot of fun. They made a lot of pretty babies.
The second place finisher for Tanganyika would be the Black Calvis. Come on now. I mean,
They're cool. We could never really get them big though.
that fish, I got one and I put it in my community display tank, not community tank, but my African cichlid community tank, which everybody says don't do. He was in there for like a year and then vanished. Do you remember that?
Yeah, you got 8.
Well, he was 5 inches long. I don't know how that happened, but he disappeared.
Fish eat fish.
I know they do, but anyway, okay. Jimmy's Jungle with the 99 euro pounds. I don't know, but it's a poop emoji. So thank you so much for that, Dimitri Livchak. Thank you guys for your passion and contribution to the hobby.
Aw,
Thank
sweet.
you for saying that, because that's why we do it. That's a beautiful thing. I'm going to keep going unless you tell me to stop.
You probably should a little bit.
Okay, David Arnold. John, where did you get the driftwood centerpiece in the tank behind you? I get that question asked so many times. I've done a video all about it. It is a Universal Rocks product. That is not a real piece of wood. That is a man-made piece of wood that it's hollow. It's really, really cool. And it's cool because that tank is 8 feet long and it has 4 2-foot sections of lids. You know what I'm saying? You can see the little handles. There's a little handle. There's a little handle. There's a little handle. So anyway, a big giant piece of wood like that wouldn't be able to fit in it. But because it is a man-made flexible piece, you can bend it and twist it to get it through smaller openings like that, which is
Didn't
awesome.
you cut the top of it off when it went in my discus tank?
I did. And you can't really tell here because the tanks are very similar in height. But yeah, when we put it in the discus tank, it was a little bit too tall because that was originally made for a 30-inch tank, which would be like the one that's behind you now. And then when we put it in the discus tank, I lopped the top of it off. It was very easy to do. I don't remember what I used to cut it, but you just cut right through it.
Scissors.
I think it might have been like industrial scissors. It's a like an epoxy product, so it's not like you can just take a razor blade and go. Whoosh. I mean, you'd have to really go after it, but you can. That's the point. You can cut it if you need to. David Arnold, I just answered your question. Melissa Jesswell just bought a shirt. They're gorgeous.
Yay, that's so sweet.
That is so very cool. Thank you so much. What a supporter she is of us. Sick Lid, I love that. Still one of my favorites. PSA, John and Lisa cannot possibly answer every question, but you will probably get an answer by other knowledgeable users if you watch the chat. Thank you. What an amazing public service announcement that was. Thank you.
Yeah, that was so sweet.
It's one of those things I can never really harp on because then I just look like a jerk. But anybody who complains about that, just sit there and look at the chat and talk your way through every question that comes through. You can't do it. Nobody could. Remember that guy from the commercials back in the 80s that did the Micro Machine commercials and he talked really fast? You're a woman. You don't remember. You could talk that fast and you wouldn't be able to get through all of these questions. It's just impossible. So thank you, Sicklid, for that. And I still love your name. I think it's awesome. Ready?
Go ahead.
Strange, and then there's a symbol, and I don't know what it is. New to the hobby, thank you both for all the content. Thank you. Welcome to the hobby. Get ready to be completely obsessed and have this completely take over your world. It certainly has ours and all of the almost 700 people that are in here watching us tonight. We are all maniacs, all of us. Catwoman VA, I didn't win, so I ordered a shirt and Beta Guard.
Aw, that's awesome.
If you didn't watch the vlog, I'm sick of saying beta and I'm sick of saying beta and having people yell at me, even though there's people that yell at me for saying beta. So I'm going to call them betas. That's what I'm going to call them now.
I just call them betas.
I'm going to call them beta betas.
All right. JC Campbell asks, is Tetra brand a good brand for tanks, filters, and foods?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any, I don't have anything negative to say. I mean, I just don't really use it, but that's not because there's a bad reason why I don't use it. I think it's a good product to start with. Like it's kind of a starter type of.
So,
because Tetra stuff is in a lot of like
Big-
Tetra Foods
big
and
stores,
the
yeah.
kits and stuff like that.
I kind of wish I had more time to process what I'm about to say right now. Can you not scroll like that? Because it makes me think you're putting your hand up like, I have something to say.
That's like saying, can you not do your signature like that? It bothers me.
Listen,
I mean,
folks.
this is how I scroll.
You can see it. You can see it on camera. Because you're doing it on camera. She has her tablet in front of her that's off camera. And when she scrolls, she like exaggerates it and brings her finger up. And it makes me think that she is
I do it
signaling.
because it bothers you. I did it on purpose.
That makes a lot of sense. So listen, one thing I have learned about every hobby on earth and everything on earth, it's been this way for as long as I can remember. It's not just an internet thing. It's a hobby thing or even a lifestyle thing. You're always going to have people that are going to poo-poo the big companies, the big box companies. Like they'll poo-poo on Hikari, they'll poo-poo on Tetra, they'll poo-poo on all of the big brand, PetSmart, Petco. Why? Because they are the elite. We are extreme fish keepers and we're doing this right. And if you're going to do this right, you can't support those companies and all of that because their stuff isn't good. It's all BS. That's what it is. It's all BS. And like I said, I wish I had time to process this before I say it because there's going to be a lot of people mad at me for saying this, but I am not the person that is at that level where I feel like I'm going to sit here and tell you that a product that is made for beginners is bad. Oh, you got to get rid of that. You got to go to this good stuff that costs 3 times as much. And I'm not that guy. I'm never going to do that. So Tetra, you're fine. Is it as good as Fluval? No. Is the food as good as Extreme? I don't think so. Not even close. But it's good. Just like Hikari is good. I love Hikari. I always have. Been feeding my fish Hikari for decades. So anyway, Jeff Rose says, John, I loved your packing boxes segment on this week's video. Couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, cool.
That means a lot, Jeff Rose. As I said in that video, which if you watched it multiple times, you heard me say it. I do want to really start honing in on making videos that this is not my ego speaking here. It's just videos that I'd like to watch. That's what I'm going to do. And if you're the only one, Jeff, then cool. I mean, that's what it's for. I know I would like to watch that kind of a video, so I'm going to take the time to do that. It was actually her idea, but anyway, there you go.
All righty. I want to do a shout out real quick, and it's not anybody in the chat or anything like that. It's not even anyone in the fish tube community or anything, but I was just thinking about it because I saw myself drinking out of my cup on the screen, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my son.
Oh.
He's 1 year old. Well, he was 1 year old in this picture. This mug is very old. And his birthday is on Monday, February 15th, and he's going to be 26 years old. And I just really gave away my age at that point, but that's okay. I don't care about numbers anymore. But I wanted to say happy birthday, David, because sometimes he does watch. So there you go.
And he always says funny things in the chat and always tries his hardest to distract us, and it usually works.
It's so funny.
Nathan Fishboy with the Australian $5. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you. We will certainly we'll keep trying. It's hard, but we'll keep trying. Oh boy. I can't say this word. I don't know this word. Equitano 174. I am terribly sorry to botch that because that person became a new member and I don't know how to say the name. Why are names so difficult on here? Karen Hyatt, hi from New Zealand. Isn't it? Listen to me. Listen to me. Did you ever think before you met this guy, did you ever think that you would ever be in front of 675 people, including people that are in like the UK and New Zealand? I mean, come on. How crazy is that when you think about it? It's nuts.
I wasn't a social media person when I met you. I didn't
Well, I wasn't either.
I'm talking about Facebook. I didn't have Facebook. You had Facebook. Your daughter had Facebook.
I hated it then as much as I hate it now.
I knew nothing about any of that stuff. And it's funny because I can remember the only time I had any kind of experience with social media, it wasn't even social media, it was online game. It was back when I had AOL.com and it would say, "You've got mail." And Friday nights I would play Slingo. It was called Slingo. And there's like this chat and people could talk. You don't know who they are, but you could talk while playing the game. It was so much fun because it was just like bingo. Yeah.
So it was the equivalent of like a bridge game?
It was like in
like
the
your old lady?
late 90s or something. It was so fun.
That's adorable. Everything Aquarium, what's your take on nano cubes, specifically the Waterbox Cube 20? AIO, if you have an opinion or some tips, I'd love to hear them. I'm doing a planted freshwater. I've never had a Waterbox tank. I've seen them in like at the shows and stuff, and they look really nice. Mm-hmm. I am a fan of the rimless look. I think that's really cool, particularly for people that are doing aquascapes and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you anything negative because I don't have one and I don't know anything negative. And the only positives that I can tell you about that product is it looks really nice. I mean, they look really high end. I don't know if they're high end, but they look high end, and the ones that I've seen at the shows and stuff like that. And I personally am a fan of all-in-one tanks. I think they're really cool. So I think you're going to do well there. And 20 gallon is an awesome size. So I don't, or maybe it's a 20 liter. How much is 20 liters? I don't know how much that is, but it's a nano cube, but it's a 20 gallon is, I don't call that a nano. So maybe it's 20 liters. What would 20 liters be? Somebody say it. But anyway, yeah, whatever it is, I think their tanks are neat looking, but I don't have any experience with them. Maximum Pet, any African cichlid advice? Nice videos. Well, listen. We've only got 25 minutes left. I think we've got about 125 videos on this channel all about African cichlids. So what you do is you go to our channel, you click on videos, and then you organize it by date, sort it by date, and just go all the way back to the beginning of our channel. Tons and tons of videos all about African cichlids. We just don't have enough time. We could do a whole video about African cichlids. We're going to be doing videos about African cichlids coming up here soon with the tank behind Lisa Marie there, but we'll be able to go into much greater detail then. Fish Tank Barn is at his local club meeting.
Oh.
Or he was. That's why he was late tonight. How dare you, Mike?
Lucky.
We weren't able to go on with the show without you here. I mean, we were waiting for you for so long. Maximum Pet, again, amazing videos. Keep it up. You send shirts to CA, which would be, I would imagine, Canada. Not now. I'm sorry. We could do one of these through Teespring, where people from all over the world could order them. But yeah, they just make it impossible. Our governments make it impossible to ship things over that border. And I'm very sorry about that, but it's the way it is. Okay, here we go.
Oh, no, a lot of people are saying that 20 liters is 5 gallons-ish.
Okay. So,
Oh, and Fish Tank Barn says that it was a Zoom. So it wasn't
Oh.
real life. Man.
well, you could have had us on in the corner in another window, Mike. Come on. I mean, geez. Thought we were friends.
Terrible.
A-Rod. That's adorable.
Like
Help sulfur smell new non-plant 6.6 gallon beta tank. That sulfur smell is from one of two things. It's either your tank is too dirty, so all the help you need is clean your tank better. Don't clean it immaculate. You don't want to clean it spotless because you don't want to lose your cycle. The other thing that it could be, and I hate to say it this way, but you could have spilled prime somewhere, or Fritz Complete.
Oh, yeah, that stuff stinks.
Both of those products are amazing products. I got a bottle of prime right there. Amazing products, but they reek. And I've even had it before where I've come out here and I'm like, oh, I must have left the cap off of the prime bottle. I mean, it just stinks so bad, and it is a very distinct sulfur smell. So it could be that. Maybe you spilled some under your cabinet or something. Or it might be that you just haven't been doing your job and cleaning up the fish poop and getting the excess waste off of the top of the rim, or the excess food off the top rim of your tank or something like that. Give it a good water change, and be careful with prime or complete. Complete's same stuff. And stinks just as bad. Works just as good. Stinks just as bad. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask a random question. Did anybody do the poll yesterday? The one where I asked about...
No, nobody did.
Well, I
It's
just
like
meant
10,000 votes.
people in chat, you know. Do you want to do anything with that?
Go ahead.
Well, I don't have it pulled up.
Professional.
Give me just a second. I will.
I had to take my sleeping pills. Sorry. I'm not going to fall asleep right away. It takes a
He
couple
won't.
hours.
It takes him like 2 hours to fall asleep. But anyways, I asked. Oops, not that one.
Oops.
Yep, professional here.
Okay, so I'm going to get to our friend Christine.
No, you're not. How much have you spent overall in fish keeping? This includes supplies, fish, clubs, and anything aquarium related. And anyways, the answers were you could have chosen $500 or less, over $500. It's so much I have a serious problem. I don't keep track. And then other, because I have to always put other. Trust me. If you read the comments, you'll know why. So the one that got the less votes, percentage-wise, is other, which doesn't really surprise me at all because I kind of expected it to be the one that it was as far as number one, but I won't say that yet. The second least was it's so much I have a serious problem, which could be kind of equivalent to the over 500 if you think about it. And then the third least, well, does that even make sense, the third least? I don't keep track was 23%. Number two was $500 or less at 26%. And number one was over $500 at 33%. And I'm just curious, how many people in here are the over $500?
Was the question per year, or was that total?
Total. I mean, if you think about it, total. And I wasn't saying specifically an aquarium or specifically a fish. I was including like supplies, magazine, subscriptions, going to clubs, which you spend in gas going to clubs, just in general, the entire amount, like for the entire time you've kept fish. That's what I was getting at. So, and it seems like there's a lot of people in here that has they have problems.
I know we certainly have
Yeah.
problems. I mean, listen, folks, I'm saying this as part of the conversation. I'm not trying to brag or flex or anything, but you're looking at over 10 grand just on this screen right now between these two tanks. Now, we had an arrangement with Custom Aquariums. We didn't pay that much. We got a deal, but still, and this is our job too, so come on. But money can go quick.
It can. I mean,
in
just
this hobby.
feeding them
And
is
so
expensive.
it surprises me. It's like the people who didn't vote for the highest amount just haven't been in the hobby very long.
Right.
Because you'll get
Probably.
there eventually.
Yeah, they're still cycling their tank.
Right. They just bought their starter kit. They're on their way home and they're watching this, trying to get some information. Our friend Christine, who I refuse to mispronounce her last name, said, just saying hi since I can't stick around tonight, but we'll catch the replay. I'm sorry we missed you when you said that. Chris Hawkins, yes,
Aww.
I bought them from you guys. You have the best out there West Coast fan. Awesome. And I'm sorry that I did not remember. We've sent so many fish. It's outrageous. So I'm sorry that I didn't remember. But thank you for buying the fish from us. And I'm so glad that it worked out well for you. Cat became a new member. Catwoman VA. I set up a hard dance pad to stepson's PS2. So listen, Catwoman, you need to start spelling things out. Well, I'm too old for this. DDRing again, which is Dance Dance Revolution. So out of practice. By the way, ellipticals are my favorite. I can't focus enough for a treadmill. See, I think a couple people may have commented, or maybe I just dreamt that people commented that my treadmill has this big screen on it for watching stuff. It doesn't. It has a stand for my iPad is what's on there. And I just put Lost on there. I'm going through Lost again. I'm in season 4. And I put Lost on, and I just get lost in it. No pun intended. I have my AirPods in, and I just go for it, and it's amazing. So that's how you have to do it for a treadmill. Because if I was to just get on a treadmill,
Yeah.
no. If I don't have something to watch, and I'm working hard, I can't have a conversation with somebody, who would I talk to anyway? Yeah, I have to have something to watch. But I agree, ellipticals are awesome. And I'm just going to say this.
I just gave one away.
I'm going to say this because it is very, it's a source of a lot of pride, but then it's also very sad because I remember a time, I don't know how long ago it was exactly. It was quite a while ago. When you and I were in good shape, this was way before YouTube. This was way before anything like that.
You just slipped.
We were in really good shape then. I'm in terrible shape right now. What are you talking about?
Then why are you including me in that equation?
Because you're part of this story. We decided on a Saturday afternoon, hey, let's go to the Y and get on the ellipticals and go for an hour. Mm-hmm. And we did that no problem. And on the topic we're talking about right now, we actually talked through the whole thing. We were both in very, very good shape then. Mm-hmm. And you had to go and break your leg and mess everything up.
Yeah.
And so that, anyway. I Love KG. I'm so glad that I Love KG popped in here today because there was literally a shirt when we went to pick these up and it said, I heart KG. And I immediately thought of whoever this person is that is I Love KG. Lisa has the beta betas.
Aw.
And then he has better betas in quotes.
Oh, sweet.
That is cute. The beta betas.
Yeah, that's cute.
Never really, I swear, I never even really thought of it like that. I'm literally just saying both pronunciations at the same time. Whips World, because you're both so awesome.
Aw.
We love Zach Wild.
He's so sweet.
Samantha Price, hi guys. I just lost a mama guppy to dropsy. Thankfully, I had her in a quarantine tank for a while. Would you have any advice on best ways to clean/disinfect the hospital tank? Loved the blog, by the way. Thank you. You know what? When you're dealing with something that is potentially contagious and all that kind of stuff, you might as well just take it down and start all over again. If you really want to be safe, clean everything out, clean it absolutely immaculate, even dry it out, and then start it all back up again. Yeah, you have to cycle it again, but it's a hospital tank, so it's fine. If you truly want to know for sure, that's what you might want to do.
Geek Mashoop ask, what do you look for when purchasing a beta? I would buy from you, but I am in Canada. Number one, I would look for a healthy fish, obviously. And when I say that, I mean, make sure they're swimming the right way. They're not floating to the top or sitting at the bottom. Make sure their fins aren't ripped up and messed up. It's so hard though, because a lot of times you're going to find them in cups, and they don't have something in between them in the cups, you know, so that they can't see each other. They're just sitting there. You know, some places have them in like the little cubbies separated, but other times, you know, I've seen them sitting right next to each other. And that bothers me because they're constantly stressing out because they see each other the whole time. But if you do find one that you like and it's in like a cubby, like they're separated in little dividers, take one out that you like and see if it flares up. Stick it next to another one and see if it starts to flare up and act like it's, you know, what I call it exercising, but it's giving them, how do I put it? You know, they're healthier because they've got, you know, they're being active and they're showing signs of getting mad at the other one. And that to me is a good sign. If you get lucky and you see one that has a bubble nest in it, if it's a male, that's another good sign that it's healthy. Just overall look for making sure there's nothing wrong with the fins. And like I said, they're not sitting at the bottom, not moving a lot or just floating to the top, swimming kind of weird. It's really hard to say when you find them in little cups because honestly, none of them are really happy.
I like the advice though, the putting them up against other.
Yeah.
See if they flare up.
But you can only do that if they're already separated. If they're sitting next to another one continuously, it's probably stressed. I would stay away from them. But on the other hand, they all need homes. They all need love. So
we're hearing more and more stories too, though, of shops that are getting rid of the cups, which is awesome. I don't know that we're ever going to get the big box stores to do that, which kind of pisses me off because I mean, they can afford those Aqua One systems, or they could afford to have Mars make them their own systems with individual cubes. I don't know why they do that. They would make so many people so much happier, and they would have so many less casualties if they did that. But you know, if they're selling them now the way they are, then they're not going to change anything.
A lot of the mom and pop stores are getting it together and doing it the right way. I mean, we've gone into a few that are still like the big box stores, but
I mean, the overwhelming majority of pet stores out there are keeping them in cups. I mean, and that just is what it is.
But not Nova Tropicals and not Aquarium Co-op. The store I went to in North Carolina was not keeping them in cups, so that's why I'm actually recommending people go to them.
That's good. Yet you won't say their name until
I will wait. Nope, gotta watch the video.
All right, we got 10 minutes left. Dave Unger started watching your videos before I had fish. Now I have MTS. No casualties in 6 months, thanks to your advice. Thanks, guys from Canada. Wow. I mean, you're doing really well. If you haven't had any casualties in 6 months, that's brilliant. That's good job. If we had anything to do with that, that is amazing. Waddles with Wolves been having issues with some bloating in my eggy female beta betas. What is beta for her digestion, spirulina or daphnia? I know you're going to go long-winded, even though I'm the king of long-winded. I'm just going to say spirulina because it's easier to get. Daphnia, I mean, unless you're buying like freeze-dried daphnia or whatever, daphnia is harder to find. Spirulina is easy to get. You can get it at Petco.
Just
so
get
spirulina.
Flakes. I'm not even going to recommend a brand, just spirulina. And, you know, I'm not saying it's something you should have as like their main food for the day, you know, not their staple food. Throw it in there a little bit, you know, a pinch of it twice a week, Just, it'll help.
And it doesn't even have to be the strictly spirulina flakes. You can give them the community crave that's half and half, krill and spirulina.
Yeah.
I mean,
and cut back on feeding too much. Make sure that's not part of the problem. I know as a woman, things need to move along. And I mean, I'm not trying to get too personal,
this is
but
getting weird now.
no, it's just that like being pregnant, your belly, or being egg bound for a fish, your belly is already filled up with so much, or you know what I mean, not your stomach, but your other area, and it's already filled up. If you eat too much, it's going to be hard to digest that. So you want to, I hope everyone knows what I'm trying to say here. Keep that digestive system moving.
It's a high fiber content. It's the same as you eating fiber makes you go a little smoother.
Yes.
Helps things keep moving. JFK2, I have the water box cube 10 planted, and it's great, stocked with guppies and a KG gold beta.
Aw.
That's very cool. Awesome. Cajun Aquatics, $2,000 almost. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably more common than the people that are under 500. I mean, when you start getting into multiple tanks, especially if you start going with big tanks, and yeah, it's very, very easy to spend $2,000 on fish keeping. Very easy. So you are not alone, Cajun Aquatics. Anthony Norse, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. He forgot a couple of words there.
TLC.
Because isn't it, it's not just stick to the rivers. It's more like just stick to the rivers, or please stick. There's a word between waterfalls and stick. It's not please. I don't know. And then he forgot rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I'm singing it in my head now. TLC, gotta love that.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Lefty Lopez, Lisa, Lisa, Lefty's got me confused. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. There we go.
Yes.
Delana Silva, again, I'm definitely way over 500. Yeah, I mean, you've been keeping fish for longer than a month. That's what's going to take you up over 500 easily. Elizabeth Welch, speaking of spending so much, I looked up Kessel lights and nearly fainted. What are your favorite budget lights? We have Kessels. We have budget lights on the tank behind her. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how I feel about them.
Did you just call me her?
I did. I'm going to get yelled at for that. Not by her. Not by
Lisa.
I'm pointing to her, so I don't understand why I can't say her.
Lisa.
But the people in the comments are going to, how dare you call her her? That 240 there has not cheap lights, but inexpensive lights. And I don't know how I feel about them yet. I am old school. I just want to turn the stupid light on.
Yeah.
And turn it off and go about my day.
Right.
And those, like, I come out here in the morning and they're already on. I never set the timer and they turn blue at a certain time. Just, I don't know. And of course, I did what I always do, and I'm really regretting it now. I opened up the box and I threw the foam, and I got the instruction manual and I threw that over my shoulder, and I never read it and I threw them away. So I don't know how to get rid of the program on there, but
I like the ones that I have on my discus tank. I would say those are my favorite.
those are definitely not budget lights though.
Well, I like. I'm
Those
not gonna say.
that setup is like $800.
It's still cheaper than the Kessels.
Way cheaper, half the price of the Kessels. The Kessels are amazing lights, and so are the Currents, and I mean the Fluval 3.0s. There, but those are absolutely not budget lights. Those are in the category of high-end lights. We've got a couple of Higer lights that I like, but then again, the ones I was just talking about are Higers too.
I don't like those junk ones that I had on the 75.
No, that was nonsense that came with the tank. But The ones that we have on your 10 gallons down there are Hygers. They were like $12 a piece. They're
Hey,
nice.
they work.
For 10-gallon tanks, they're great little lights. And I
definitely.
also am a fan of the Aquarium one that is a clip-on. It's like $25.
Is that the one that?
It's that one right there.
Yeah.
On Scott's tank.
Yeah, I have that on.
Little
George's
push button
tank.
on the top. It's a great little tank. A great little light.
Yeah, I like those too.
And pretty inexpensive. Not outrageous like some of them are. Catwoman VA, again, I spent over $500 on supplies just this past week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I believe it. Thomas Silva, how much water should I change on a 125-gallon tank?
I guess it depends on what fish is in.
Yeah,
the
you're going to
125
hate me for this, Thomas, but the answer is as much as you need to. If you're going to get on a routine of just doing water changes every week regardless, monitor your levels, monitor your parameters, see where things are, get those nitrites down to 20 parts per million or so. Do a water change that gets you there and monitor it. Write it down, look at it. I did 50% and it went down. So you need to do it that's how much you need to do every single time. And then you can start monitoring things. I keep saying monitoring. You can start documenting how long you can go before your nitrates go way up high. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
it takes a little bit of
be aware
trial and error
too of like the pH. What are you keeping in there? Are you putting things in there that lower pH or increase your pH? If you're doing something like that, then you're going to want to do more water changes.
Get that pH
and
back
less amount more often versus one time a week. Like with my discus tank, I keep the catappa leaves in there just because I know that it's just something I do. I like having it in there. I like the look of it. I like the benefits of the catappa leaves, and I also know that it helps to bring the pH down a little bit. So I'm not going to do a huge water change in that tank because I don't want to have that fluctuation. I'd rather do a smaller water change more often. That way it balances out. It's not such a shock.
125-gallon tank is a lot to be doing that though, but yeah, I agree. We've got 2 minutes left, and we do not want to step on Fish from Fever's toes, who will be going after us. So going to go kind of rapid fire here. Paul GSXR, big thanks to both of you for the amazing information you provide. You guys have taught me everything I know about fish keeping. Much love from the UK. Well, much love right back at you from the USA. Thank you so much for that. Matt or Apollo, I'm struggling with sunken belly. Been using API General Cure and brine shrimp every 2 days to flush them out. Sunken belly is trouble. And it's something that we don't have time to talk about tonight. I'm very sorry about that, Matt. But
you can fix it if you're lucky. You can. It's not always the end of the world, but
but that's definitely not fun at all. I love KG. Joseph equals I love KG. Sutherland Springs, Texas. I still don't believe you, but no, I'm just kidding. I do believe you. But I'm never going to call you Joseph. I'm only going to call you I love KG just so that I can support my own ego. Kyle Merg, I just recently took in an angelfish. He was previously being attacked by 2 other angels. Do you have any recommendations on how to heal his fins? Yes, take care of him. Keep the water clean. Keep them well fed. They will heal. Just like me, I chew my fingernails off. If I left them alone, they would grow back.
Right.
Your fish's fins will grow back. You can use products, Melafix. Some people poo-poo Melafix, but I'm not one of those people. Can definitely help. Aquarium salt can help. There's a lot of products out there that can help, but you know what? Clean water is absolutely the best
clean
prescription.
water and salt.
Yep. Catwoman VA on the treadmill. I get distracted, slow down, and almost fall off the back. Yeah, I've been there. And have to speed to catch up. That's the hardest you will work on a treadmill, is when you get to the end and you're like, oh, and you almost fall and you have to really run to get back up. I get it. That is rough. I do the elliptical 5 minutes forward, then 3 minutes backward, and etc. My best was 3 miles in 30 minutes on decent incline. That's nice. Yeah, I spent so many years using a treadmill completely flat. Putting it up on that incline is just an absolute game changer. I love it. I hate it while I'm doing it. I'm like, oh my God, how much time do I have left? But when it's over, I feel like $1 million.
And the funny thing is, I remember you used to give me a hard time because I would set the treadmill at a lower speed, but I would always have like an incline of like 8 or something like that. And he's like, it doesn't matter. You need to have the speed up higher. And I'm like, I have the incline up. That works. Trust me. He's like, no, you're not pushing yourself. You need to have it on a higher speed. And now,
okay, we all change. We all grow.
Look who found the incline button.
Thank you for telling me that so many years ago. Grumpy Gramps, I've spent over $10,000 since last March. I believe it. I mean, it is not hard to believe at all. It's so easy to do, in fact. I lost it. Charlene Caffrey, my older angels are butts and biting the younger, so I'm setting up a 30 for them. I want to set my 50 up. How many Mbuna in that one? Over 500 on my 75 gallon. Okay, wait a minute. Let me try to decipher this. I want to set my 50 up. How many Mbuna in that one? Over 500 on my 75 gallon. Over 500 what? If you got 500 fish in a 75 gallon, there's no water in that tank. A 50 gallon tank with Mbunas, I mean, 14, 16.
I was going to say 15. So.
And you're going to be fine. They're going to be small at first, and you're going to think, wow, there's just so much room left. But when they get grown, they'll be fine, and they'll fill it out. And that 50 gallons will go real quick when it comes to Mbunas. I know it's hard to believe, but trust me, you let it go, you let them grow, and it'll be an amazing tank, even if it's only 14, 15 fish. Kimberly Moran pooped on us. Thank you for that. Owen Hudson, I just love that guy because of his last name. No text at all. Just here's $5 because that's what it is. Okay, wait a minute. Bird Garden, which is our friend Rack, please send at Delilah's Critters a new t-shirt.
Oh.
I don't know who Delilah's Critters is. Do we know that person?
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Yeah, I mean, duh. I mean, she's been in chat.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't remember what I did 2 minutes ago. Okay, let me get this
her
last
name
one here.
At least once in the last hour and a half.
Yeah, but I got a lot going on here, and I'm in a hurry and all of this. So, A-Rod, again, Alex Rodriguez, by the way, the real guy. It's really him from the Yankees. pH went to 7.2, went 7.2 to 6. 1 beta nano Carib Sea rock. pH. Oh, I mean, your pH shifted that fast just from 1 Carib Sea rock. That's impressive. I thought that those rocks were supposed to make them go the other way. But what do I know? I don't know. It's late, and we got to get off of here because we're stepping all over. What's his name? See, I don't remember anybody's names. Fishroom Fever. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person.
It's those sleeping pills. You
No.
apologize to Delilah's Critters. You say, I am sorry.
I feel terrible, but I don't remember because I have a bad memory. And there's a lot of names that we've been thanking. Thank you all so much. This has been fun. It was a little manic there at the end, but I'm going to turn it over to you so that it's not manic anymore.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, thank you, mods, for everything you guys do. We so much appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend wherever you're at, whether it's snowing, it's sunny, whatever. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next Thursday.